This is my entry into Keith Brown's No Lathe Bowl Challenge. I know this is going to be a popular challenge, so I want to do something a little different. And boy, is this different. I'm going to use an A0 sized sheet of Draughtman's Vellum, which is actually plastic, so moisture does not affect it and it's resistant to mould when archived for decades. I scrounged a shed load of this in the mid-1980s when a local design department went computerised. I'm not saying where I got it, but yeah. This stuff is extremely tough, so it should produce a strong ball. I set the fence on the guillotine using 12mm blocks. With a rough calculation, strips this wide should give me a bowl of around 20 cm in diameter. Accuracy here is really important, so I'm cutting these strips one sheet at a time. The material is similar to plastic now used in British banknotes, and like British banknotes, it's slippery and a pain in the ass. That should be enough. You start off with 2 strips and kink over one and make sure you're nice and straight, and then you hook that over the other strip. And then you can start weaving them together just by bringing one strip over the top, crease it, then the next strip, crease it, then the next, and you keep going until you reach the end. Because we're using the strip itself to create the creases, the distance between the creases will be exactly the width of the strip. So by folding like this, it's more accurate than measuring and marking, because you're using the actual strip itself to create the distances between the creases. So once you've woven them together, you pull them apart. So I'm cutting off 5 square lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Where this bend is at the end of the 5th square, we fold it over and cut that bend off. That separates it from the rest of the strip, and it also means that the squares at the ends are slightly shorter, and that's a good thing. You'll see why later. So you've just got to do that a very lot of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pieces 4 squares long will be connectors. Strips 5 squares long will form equilateral triangles using a 2 square overlap for stability. 7 square lengths will form hollow pentagons, while strips 8 squares long will form hollow hexagons. This is a modular hexagon and is a key component. They are flexible only in one direction. We need lots of these. They are made by linking 6 of our triangles together. This is where the 4 square long connectors come in. We use the connectors to lock the triangles together. This is a bit fiddly as you have to hang on to everything until you get the last piece in. Once you've connected triangle 6 to triangle 1, the unit becomes stable. I then work my way around the unit, crimping every crease with a pair of forceps to reinforce the unit so no glue is required. As I'm making this up as I go along, I'm not sure how many I'll need. This should be a good start. A little school geometry. When you weave hexagons together, you will get a flat surface. This one will flex in one direction due to the hinges of the connectors being placed on one side. 5 hexagons around a pentagon will not lie flat, and this configuration is what is used to induce a curve. If you continued with this arrangement, you would end up with a sphere, a buckyball. I'm starting with an arrangement of hexagons in a ring to form the flat base. Onto this I'm fitting 6 hollow hexagons to create a snowflake effect. I complete this ring with hexagon modules, which will start to induce a slight curve in the bowl shape. The next ring will have 12 hexagons in pairs. Between these pairs will go a hollow pentagon, which will force a rigid curve in the bowl. The next row is made up of hexagon units, which will straighten out our direction of the curve. Fitting these connectors can be a little fiddly, so the forceps do come in handy. This final row is another ring of 18 hexagons, and because hexagons want to straighten up, more outward force is created, producing stability in the structure of the bowl. We are actually mimicking the atomic structure of a single layer of carbon atoms, similar to graphene. So the bowl is extremely strong and resilient to hard knocks. Now we've introduced this outward force, it's trying to squeeze all these top pieces upwards, so we're getting a little bit of a bow on the tops. So I'm going to strengthen these up by wrapping a 3 square segment around, and both ends of the segment will be inside the triangle, so they'll be trapped and can't come undone, and that should give the top of the rim a little bit more strength. Now the beauty of this being a plastic is you can be quite forceful with it and you're not going to damage it. Altogether, 985 individual pieces went into the making of this geometric artwork. Strong enough to be functional, and I'm hoping resilient enough to last 100 years. Thanks for watching. Job's a good 'un.